Everyone's talking about artificial intelligence as if we're already living in the peak moment of innovation. But what we're seeing now, the flashy chatbots, the image generators that can draw better than most humans, the half-working self-driving cars, is still just the trailer. The real show, the one that reshapes jobs and industries, is lining up for 2026 and beyond. That means the opportunities aren't behind us. They're still unfolding, and the people who recognize them early will be the ones who gain the most, both in the market and in their personal income streams. There is something especially interesting about the companies powering this shift. While big names like Nvidia and Microsoft dominate headlines with trillion-dollar valuations and blockbuster announcements, they no longer offer the same under-the-radar upside that early investors crave. The real intrigue lies just beneath that top layer. Companies building the infrastructure that AI desperately needs to expand, but that the average investor barely knows exists. And beyond the stock market entirely, AI is opening the door to new ways to make money from home, where curiosity and a bit of creativity can turn into income faster than a traditional career path ever could. Let's start with the companies that are essential to AI's growth, but haven't yet been fully valued like the giants driving the narrative. These are the names that could surprise people in 2026 when artificial intelligence becomes not just a trending technology, but the foundation of how the world functions. One of the most promising examples is Pure Storage, which has recently traded in a wide range around the $30 to $65 zone. The more AI expands, the more it demands something many investors take for granted: data storage. Not the old-fashioned spinning disk kind we grew up with, but ultra-fast, loss-resistant, flash-based memory systems that allow trillions of data points to move in and out of servers without choking the process. When a model like a large language neural network learns, it consumes extraordinary amounts of information. Every medical scan, every recorded phone call used to train voice recognition, every frame of video that teaches a self-driving system how to react to pedestrians, all of that is data that must be stored, accessed, and safeguarded. Pure Storage specializes in making that possible, and unlike some older storage players, they're positioned squarely inside the AI revolution rather than behind it. As organizations race to modernize infrastructure to handle faster pipelines of information, Pure Storage stands to benefit in ways investors may only fully appreciate once the data tsunami becomes undeniable. While storage companies ensure that AI has somewhere to put its knowledge, another kind of business ensures devices can interpret and act on that information intelligently. Synaptics, which has moved in recent years between roughly $70 and $120 per share, belongs to the category of companies most people interact with every day without knowing it. They develop low-power AI chips and interface technologies that help devices understand humans: touch, voice, gestures, environmental cues. As our homes and tools grow smarter, intelligence must move closer to the edge, meaning onto the device itself instead of relying on massive server farms miles away. Imagine a future where your headphones adapt to the noise around you in real time, your thermostat predicts when you'll be home without being programmed, and even your refrigerator notices what's running low and solves the problem automatically. That transition requires local machine learning, and Synaptics makes the silicon and the systems that let products think for themselves. It's easy to obsess over the companies making data centers smarter, but the AI we interact with daily arrives through the objects in our hands and our homes. Synaptics could quietly become a critical force as edge AI expands far faster than the average person realizes. There is another part of AI that feels like science fiction until you watch it working. Schrödinger, which has recently traded between about $20 and $50 per share, uses AI to accelerate drug discovery. Historically, pharmaceutical companies have spent years and billions of dollars testing drug possibilities through tedious trial and error in physical laboratories. Schrödinger's technology simulates the behavior of molecules using artificial intelligence, grounded in physics, allowing researchers to test thousands of ideas in digital space before anyone ever mixes a compound in the real world. When simulations are accurate, scientists get to skip failed experiments and chase only the ideas with a real chance of working. The potential consequences are immense: faster cures, cheaper development cycles, and more shots at solving diseases that once seemed impossible. The market tends to treat companies like Schrödinger cautiously, because the world of biotech can be unpredictable. But the breakthrough moment could come when the first AI-designed drug reaches approval. At that point, the entire medical establishment shifts, and the companies enabling that leap will suddenly command global attention. But AI is not only transforming investment portfolios, it is transforming how individuals earn money without permission from employers, without expensive training programs, and without the barriers that used to separate technical people from everyone else. The biggest wealth shift comes not just from owning the future through stocks, but from building inside it through newly accessible side hustles. Meanwhile, content creation is being reshaped by AI faster than any field before it. There is a difference, however, between using AI to spit out generic text and using AI as a creative amplifier. People who find a specific niche, perhaps educational templates for teachers, personal finance guides tailored to young adults, local travel inspiration, or strength training programs for new parents, can produce meaningful material at a speed that would have been impossible just a few years ago. Instead of staring at a blank page, creators can brainstorm, outline, draft, refine, and publish in a continuous flow. Search engines still reward originality and clarity. Audiences still connect with human personality. But now one person can do the work of a whole media team, and the rewards go directly to the creator rather than a corporation above them. Advertising, affiliate products, Patreon supporters, brand partnerships. The monetization pathways multiply once momentum begins. The key is not to replace your voice with AI, but to allow AI to handle the tedious parts so your voice can shine through more often and more consistently. It may feel like all this change is happening fast, but from a historical perspective, we are still in the earliest days. Technologies reshaping civilization typically follow a quiet pattern: slow progress for years, then a flashpoint moment where adoption suddenly accelerates and the old world disappears nearly overnight. The broad public tends to notice disruption only when it is already in full swing. Right now, AI still makes mistakes. It still requires oversight. It still feels like a tool that needs a human nearby to keep it from going off track. When those pain points resolve, when accuracy stabilizes, when tools become invisible in daily life, that is when change will feel instantaneous. Many people will wonder how they missed it, even though the signals were everywhere. As we approach the middle of this decade, those signals are growing louder. More data is generated each day than in all human history before smartphones. Devices that once sat quietly in the corner now listen, learn, and respond. Medicine is crossing a threshold where computers are not just assisting discovery, but leading it. Work itself is being redefined, not eliminated, shifted toward creativity, oversight, and problem solving while automation takes care of the repetitive. Those who see what's coming won't just adapt to the future, they will help shape it. That's what makes the current moment so exciting. Owning a stock like Pure Storage because data infrastructure is essential to innovation isn't speculation, it's awareness. Seeing Synaptic's potential in a world where almost everything gains a brain is an understanding of direction, not a gamble. Recognizing the scale of the medical breakthroughs Schrödinger could help unlock is not blind optimism. It's acknowledging that AI and biology together are more powerful than either was alone. And choosing to build a side income that allows you to earn more as technology becomes smarter isn't risky. It's positioning yourself where value is flowing next. 2 years from now, some people will look back with surprise at how obvious the rise of AI appears in hindsight. They will wish they had invested earlier, then experimented sooner, paid attention faster. Others will look back with satisfaction that they were early, not because they timed anything perfectly, but because they moved with curiosity instead of fear. The AI boom is not a moment that you wait to see. It is something you choose to participate in. Whether that participation comes from holding stocks of companies, pushing the boundaries of possibility, or building a side hustle that takes advantage of newly available tools, the important thing is that you move forward while the door is still wide open. Artificial intelligence is not the future. It has already arrived, but its real-world impact is only beginning. The people who recognize that 2026 will be a tipping point are the ones with the chance to turn today's curiosity into tomorrow's transformation. in their portfolios, in their income, and ultimately in their lives. That was all from us today for this video, folks. For more similar content, make sure to watch our video on 5 underrated stocks to buy before year-end. See you in the next one.